Hello and welcome. Welcome back to another series of interviews with the masters. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Noushin. I have a passion for the connection of mind, body, soul, union, and have the conversation of the consciousness and the shift is happening around the globe to daily conversation. And today I have a rare opportunity to have this conversation with a great shaman. His name is Gino. And Gino was baptized as a young child with his grandfather as Chaka. And Chaka means a spirit of a bridge man, a being that can bridge the northern and southern hemisphere, the underworld, from the heaven to earth, all the eagles and condors and all the spirit of the beings, from mountains to the trees to the rivers, to bring to our life and connect everything together. So please join me to welcome Gino Chaka.
Hello, Noushin. Nice to be with you in this beautiful program that you have. And hello to everybody that connects with you online. Very happy and honored to participate in these awareness programs that you have. Well, I will set myself with a little guitar. These are the type of Icaros of my lineage. I come from Peru, in the Andes, from the Incas lineage, very old culture with a lot of knowledge, not from school or university, but from nature itself, from the source. And in the Amazon, I am from the Mestizo lineage, which means the mix of bloods. And this is the kind of Icaros of that lineage. I was initiated in an early age, started to walk my spiritual searching and seeking for answers of life itself. And my grandfather was a healer. He introduced me to this world and baptized me or renamed me at the age of 15. I remember he was a Quechua speaker. Quechua is the language from the Andes. And he named me as Chaka, Runa. Chaka meaning the bridge, and Runa, the human spirit of the bridge. You explained already, bridging whatever is needed to be bridged, especially you with your higher self, because the most of the times is hidden. So yeah, I will be very happy to share the little knowledge I can have on this regard. I'm in your hands.
Thank you so much for your time and the wisdom, and just the people that being in your ceremonies then can get the depth of your wisdom and how you can bring and how you can connect everything together. And I appreciate for this time just to have a conversation about it. not the actual experience. Don Gino, I know you have a lot of ceremonies around the world with ayahuasca. And in this conversation, I want to bring more awareness to this plant medicine, that there is a lot of misconception about it. So if you would just let us know, with all the knowledge that you have, what are the misconceptions about this plant medicine and the ceremonies?
Well, the word conception comes from concept. What is the concept? Ayahuasca, and how is it misconceived? The concept of ayahuasca, in my view, is a very powerful sacred medicine from the South American Amazonian basin, including Peru, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador. And if you conceive it as a medicine, medicines are always to heal something. So this beautiful, powerful spirit in this plant named ayahuasca has that power, has the power of healing whatever needs to be healed. And it's very interesting because if you are into the allopathic medicine or the orthodox medicine, and you have a stomach pain, you go to the pharmacy and you ask for something to heal you precisely. But you see, in the ceremony, let's say people 20 from different cultures, probably, even though some of them are from Europe, still each country has its own culture. Different pasts in their lives, different wounds, pain, blockages, trauma. Some can be physical, some emotional, some in the mind. And it's like the beautiful medicine, ayahuasca, is like a universal pharmacy, because whatever you have, the spirit of the plant knows and heals that wound or that disease that you have among 20. And she knows what each one of the 20 has to heal. It's not only one thing, but she goes exactly to wherever the spirit needs to go to bring healing on whatever matter is to be healed. And that is the beauty. Otherwise, you would get 20 people that have, let's say, one disease, I don't know, child abuse. And then all of them will be in the same realm with the same healing, which also can be done. But here the beauty is that everybody has something different to heal, and this beautiful plant knows. So the misconceptions, I think, there is a lot of information online, YouTube, also books. I really will be very careful on what we listen to or what we read, because I think that a low percentage of whatever is out there is based really on a general view. Maybe it is a very particular view. It's very hard to explain your personal process after the process to another person. It's very hard, almost impossible. They will not understand unless they go themselves through the process. Then they will understand. So misconceptions I have heard about: you can die in a ceremony, you can go crazy and then mental disease will come, you can get into the other realms and never come back. And none of these are based on truth. The word ayahuasca is built up by two words: aya, huasca. This is also Quechua. because the Incas were deep in the Amazon at one moment in history. Now they're just discovering many ruins under the forest. And probably that is why the name is in Quechua. And that those words mean aya means death and huasca means rope or vine. So it is the vine of death, because this plant shows you death itself. Sometimes you can even see your own death. Hence, you drop fear of dying. Dying physically in a ceremony hardly will happen if the maestro or the curandero or healer or shaman knows what he is doing. Especially in my work, I do a very, very detailed scanning through an interview, one-to-one, which is participant before ceremony. And before this, I have papers that they have to fill in stating their actual health condition, their past health condition, if they suffer any kind of diseases that are not good to join a ceremony, like, let's say, mental disease, schizophrenic, paranoid, psychotic. These are not good. They have another type of treatment, sometimes maybe microdosing. Heart disease is also not good, because sometimes the heart rate goes really high. Epilepsy, and so on, many others. So once I have this scanning, pre-scanning, and also declaration of the drugs they have taken, meaning recreational drugs or even psychedelics, then I can do a review and an understanding of each participant. And later I do the personal one-to-one screening, which for me is the most important one. So some deaths have happened in the past, even in Peru and especially abroad, because there is very little care on how people come to the ceremony. They don't ask if they have been taking medication. Also, some people, even in their declarations, they can lie. So the only way to be sure, not even 100%, is by talking to the person, looking in the eye, feeling his energy. Where is he coming from? What is he bringing to the space? And then things are really, really safe. That you're going to become crazy, that doesn't happen. The spirit of the plant only brings whatever is in there already. So maybe you have mental diseases that you are not aware of, and then that will jump in during the ceremony. But that you will become crazy, no, that is not a possibility. Of course, integration post-retreat is very important, because things change, and you need to be guided through this change in your, when you go back to your normal life. That you will stay in the other realm, that will never happen, because this is a process of bridging the participants with me to this other realm, the spiritual realm of the spirits of the Mother Ayahuasca, spirits of the plants, spirits of the animals, spirits of the old masters. And then you go through the process 3-4 hours, and then I bring everybody back. And that has been done thousands of years. So these misconceptions are really not based on reality. Fear will always be there, because we always fear the unknown. And that is good, because fear can save our lives. You are afraid of jumping in front of a car, which you know you will die, otherwise you will just. Fear puts us in a situation of cautiousness, but fear based on having a good base is good. Fear on assumptions is not good, because it will block you in the process. And so my work is to bridge the participants through their fears so they can be at ease in the ceremony. The only way to really journey safely and flowing is when you surrender to the process, to the word, the ritual, and to the spirit of the mother. And for these two words are really needed. Willing, the will is there because you are in the ceremony room, and trust. The trust is built up through the interviews and through the process. When you have these two, then you surrender. You go and you go in the process, having total trust in whatever is going to come to you. So yeah, this you should be very careful on what you read, what you listen, and it's better to go through the process yourself.
Yes, true. There is nothing like personal experience rather than reading something about it. So how about a lot of people talking about the purging? So a lot of people I talk to that they want to know more about this process is just the fear of throwing up or purging. Is it necessarily to have as a part of the process in the ceremony?
Well, in the Amazon, the old masters, mostly they don't say, let's go take ayahuasca. They say, let's go take the purge. Because it's known that this beautiful plant first cleanses you, and through the cleansing comes the healing. But the best way to cleanse is to purge. So going back a little bit to the fear, you will only face what you're bringing in the space. There's nothing out there in the room or darkness or demons or whatever. You are facing what you have inside. And once you face whatever you bring in, pain, sadness, low emotions, darkness in any way possible, envy, rage, vengeance of things that have been done to you or things that you have done to others. This is what needs to be purged, and then the healing comes. The purging is through many, many ways. The beautiful Divine Mother has a way for each person. We are not the same souls, but we express in different ways through this beautiful body. So she chooses your body moves. Sometimes is going to the toilet, sometimes it's through the mouth with the vomit, which is not the same vomit as when you're drunk or when you have a stomach disease. It's totally different. And also by sweating sometimes, a lot of sweating through the skin, crying, and these tears are really, really valuable. It's golden tears because they really heal your heart. Shaking sometimes, also through your sexual areas sometimes. Most of the time what I have seen is that she chooses the body hole through which contamination and darkness has your system. Sometimes I see people that are drug addicts to cocaine, and they purge a lot through the nose because that is how the drug comes in the system. Also, sometimes in sexual abuse, in the sharings, they get to share that they feel something coming through their sexual areas. So that is the beauty of this medicine, that she chooses the body hole that is needed. Sometimes can be one, two, all of them at the same time, sweating, purging, toilet. It is that, and this cleansing really creates big space inside you. And after the purging, in whatever way it is, the relief and the sensation of bliss and being healed is immense. So yes, but also sometimes there is no purge. I mean, like physical, sometimes it's energetically, you know. Yeah, I've seen that also happen that there's no purge, especially for the new timers, because the medicine takes time to know you and also your body to know the medicine. So that is the reason I always do only retreats of 3 ceremonies, because one ceremony is like going through the window, looking, maybe a little bit patterns, colors, maybe a little Persian, and then wow, this is it. No, it's just really a little glimpse of the whole healing. And then it's most likely in the second ceremony, the purging will come, even for the new timers. And the third ceremony is the closure of the whole process. So, yes, the purging is needed, and it's beautiful.
Yeah. Part
But
of
it's not so hard also. It's not so hard. It's sometimes even when the purging is there and you feel the nausea, it really comes from the guts and it's thick and you can feel, and there's many ways of releasing. Sometimes people feel insects coming, dead insects or worms or cockroach. It doesn't matter what you see in the bucket. What matters is what you feel is coming through you, and that is the big release. Many times I ask people, did you see what you were purging? And say, no, no, especially the new timers. But then again, bit by bit, when you learn the process, you will see really clearly what you're releasing. And maybe a vision from the past, from your childhood, something very wrong happened, and you will see so clearly that you will relive it again, and it will be so nasty that it will create nausea, and you will purge that vision of your past that was holding you back, and that was creating this trauma, this blockage, or this pain. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that's a part of the process. So the other question that I get a lot from people that they are curious about these ceremonies and these plant medicine is, how do we know if we are not hallucinating and it's actually a different realm of a spirit or higher realm, and how we can differentiate that?
Mm-hmm. Hallucination is connected to illusion. And in this process, that is also one thing I ask people, because participants come with so much things in their head, loaded, with so much expectations, intentions, stories they have heard. Oh, watch out, you're going to have a hard process, you're going to face demons, and it's going to be really a bad trip. There is no bad trips. Maybe if you do on your own, which I don't recommend because it's very risky, or if the energy of the shaman is really dark and it's not clean, you can go in really dark realms. But if the shaman is a bold soul and brings honest, clean work based in love, then you will never have a bad trip. You can have a hard trip. That is different, because these things you're bringing, nobody is creating them. And that is the difference, because how can something that happened in your past be an illusion? You will see it clearly, not like in a movie, but you will be inside the movie, reliving it. Also, so many people see the same images, and that means that this realm exists, because otherwise we could not see the same. I will have my own journey, maybe seeing the desert, somebody else seeing the beach, and somebody else seeing the Amazon. I don't know. But I take everybody to the realm of the spiritual world of the mother, and from there, each participant gets on his own personal journey, depending on what they have brought. But this realm is mostly common. People are brought to the Amazon, they can see the owl and the river and the otorongo. Some see the old masters, Mother Ayahuasca face, and they describe it, and it's mostly very similar in every case. Sometimes they see an old woman, sometimes they see a young woman, but still the spirit is there. So she chooses how to present herself to you in many different ways, sometimes as an anaconda, but when you get to see the spirit of the mother, you never forget her beautiful face. So powerful and so caring. So that is one way to put it, that hallucination comes from illusion, maybe other substances or recreational drugs, I don't know, marijuana maybe, or heroin, some, I don't know those drugs, but they can create illusions. But this plant, as well as others like peyote from Mexico, San Pedro Huachuma from Peru, cactus iboga from Africa, mushrooms from North Norway or Siberia or also Mexico, they are doors to other realms. Always the patterns and colors are there, and this is the door. In most of these plants, you will get into the patterns and the colors before going in the journey, and that is a door. Most of the times, yawning, and I discovered through the years that yawning is a gate. People, when they are after 1 hour, 45 minutes, they start yawning. Oh, and also when they are coming back after 3 hours, 3.5 hours, again yawning. This is the gate to entry and the gate when you're coming out. It's the same when you go to sleep. Even if you go to bed because you're tired at 4 p.m., you yawn. Oh, and then when you wake up, you yawn again. It's stretching. You're opening and closing the gate because the dream is also another state of consciousness. Otherwise, why would you yawn? And why would you yawn also in the ceremony, even in the daylight ceremony? So you go in another realm and you see these things. Here, you don't need any faith. Maybe in religions around the world, you need to have faith to believe in whatever the religion is based on. But here in faith, you will see things, you will hear things, you will smell things, you will feel in your body whatever is there in the presence of these spirits. So no illusions.
Good to know. Thank you so much for that. And then, because of the respect to your time, I want to make sure to precise the questions. The other one is the requirement for the diet before going to the ceremony, and then the integration after coming and meeting the spirit world, the different realms of reality, and coming back to this, as we call it, matrix or 3-dimension. So if you would touch on those before and after.
There is a process of preparation in different levels. The body through the food, the heart through being the emotional, and the mind, of course. So in the body, we try to eat healthy foods, not heavy, detoxing. Probably the better one is plant-based diet through 2 weeks. You have to take out the red meat, and if you can take all meats, the better. Dairy food also, because it's a processed food. Cheese, yogurt, milk, they all come from animal realm, and they are processed. Any processed or canned food should be avoided because of the preservatives, chemicals. Spicy foods also, because they are very, very heavy and loaded. especially chili or these things, or garlic, onion. Also coffee, of course. Sweets, saturated sweets are not good. And especially all these foods like ripped bananas or avocados, they have a component that diminishes the MAO. The MAO is a monooxidase inhibitor. The plant works in two levels. First, you drink the brew, which is the integration of two plants, Banisteriopsis capi, ayahuasca, and Psychotria viridis, the chacruna leaves, and they work together in a symbiosis since thousands of years. They know each other. They know what are they meant to exist and what are they meant to bring. So once you take the brew, the ayahuasca says to the pancreas, do not produce enzymes. Stop for a while, because otherwise the pancreas will produce enzymes as it does when you eat meat. It will produce acid enzymes to digest, or if you eat fruit, alkaline enzymes. Same is here. The pancreas is ordered to stop, does not produce enzymes until the DMT gets in your blood system and through your blood system to your cortex, so you can open up this chakra to go in a different realm. So the second part of the plan, of course, once the DMT is in your blood, you will go through the process of the psychedelic, of the patterns, the colors, visions, and that will be the door for the second step of the mother coming in your journey and guiding you. So that is why we need to be very careful with the food before and also after, because the medicine stays with you minimum 3 months. So the minimum we request is also 2 weeks to allow the medicine to keep working, because you drink medicine for 3 days. Regarding the emotional level, it's very good to be at ease, not getting involved in fights, discussions at home or at the office or in the street. Just take everything with calm, breathe, settle down, lighten up, flow in your days. It's better even to take 1 week before, just on your own, read a book, walk in the park, listen to nice music, prepare yourself. You're preparing yourself for a very, very deep process. It's not like a game. You have to set yourself. That is the set. Maybe you can think of an intention. It's okay, but in the process, I really ask people to drop everything, even what they have read in YouTube, what they have read in the book, what they have heard stories in the streets of my friends, even the intentions. I ask my participants to come blank, as a canvas for a painter, really blank. Then the spirit can paint from scratch, not something that has already been started, because it's just confusing. So that in the emotional level, and the mind should be set also at ease, not loaded or doing a lot of calculations and getting and solving problems. No, just 1 week at ease, in peace, as I said, and preparing yourself to go in this deep cleansing and healing process. And then you get the best from it. And of course, after the process, which sometimes is really hard, sometimes not so hard, especially for the people that already know how to dive in the process, then the integration is very important, because many changes will come during the 3 days, meaning the messages of the change will come, because you will not be healed by the plant. You will be shown how to heal yourself. You have the power to heal yourself. And through the process, you will really, first of all, wake up, because 99% of the participants come sleeping, blind. So the first thing is that the plant will wake up, like really hitting where it hurts, and boom, wake up, open your eyes, and then you will see, wow, there's something else here. What is this? And then you accept that there is something else, and that is the first step to waking up. And then the messages will come, allowing you to see things that you need to drop, things that you need to change, things that you need to transform, regarding probably food, regarding people that you work with, regarding thoughts in your brilliant head, because the head or the mind only wants to be filled in instead of being more empty. So these things that you will be shown and you will hear, that you will write down, that I call them insights, which for me are the real visions, not the colors and the patterns, are the things that you need to integrate. I will say that maybe a high percentage is not useful. I mean, what can you be using for a yellow elephant flying in front of you? Many things you have to delete and keep the core or the things that you will use in your life. As I said, probably your eating habits will change without any effort. You have to be very, very aware that you become who you walk with. That's for sure. There is a symbiosis hidden. So there you will see that some people need to go out of your life. Some people will go out of your life by themselves because they will feel that you are changed, that you're boring, that you don't do this anymore, you don't do that anymore. You just say goodbye, thank you for the time being with me. Other people will come to you, same vibration, and that is the beauty. And the last bit would be that the main thing that will happen in your process is that many, many masks will fall down, one after the other, that we have worn within 30, 40, 50, 60 years, and they are attached, making you believe that you are that. Many layers will be peeled, really one after the other one, like an onion, until you get to your beautiful core. And that is the aim. The Mother Ayahuasca only wants you to be healed, and once you're healed, to discover the beauty that is inside you, this beautiful divine spirit full of love, compassion, and light. And that is the real you that has always been there, because everybody wants to change. I would like to be like him, I would like to be like her, or I would like to be like this. And at the end, the one you would like to be is you, but you cannot see because it's so hidden that you are not aware of the beauty. And then your self-esteem raises, your acceptance of yourself raises. You don't need to live for the outside or to ask for approval from others. You just accept the beauty as it is in you. So that real you that you can really see, feel in your heart, wants to step in your body, but that is occupied by the egoic mind and the one that you have been believed that you are. It will be still there. A lot of Persian has come, but it is attached. So you have to remove things and make space so the real you can really step in, and bit by bit attach. It will try to bounce back, or the old you will try to come back and push it. And also your daily life, work, society will weaken the real you. But you have to stay there, keep there, embrace it. Repetition, repetition, practice, practice, and then it will attach, and then it will really become you. The old one, like a snake changing the skin will stay behind, and then the beautiful one will be you. And transformation will never stop. It continues, as all the skins that the snake changes in his life. But now you know the transformation can happen. So it doesn't matter if you go back to old habits or old patterns. What matters is that you are aware and that you can see as a witness, what am I doing? Again, no. The word no is very powerful on yourself. No, not again. Go back on the line. You go back off the line again. It doesn't matter if you go back out 10 times. What matters to come back 11 times until you will not go out anymore. So that is integration, and of course, applying your insights that you have written down. So important, so deep. Those are the ones that if you read again and again daily, you will remember, the repetition will come, and you will really apply them. And by applying them and repeating them and practicing them, then they will set in. That is what I can say. In my personal view. Maybe there are other ways of integration. I don't know.
And I value your opinion, of course. Speaking of transformation, in my own experience and vision that I see, it's the transformation of our own planet itself in general. We see a lot of old structures are falling down. Not get into the conversation of the politics or the medical or even education, just as a whole, the transformation is happening. So of course it's happening in our body, in our mind, in our soul. How do you see the importance of this plant medicine, like as you said, like a vine going through the whole world and clear our illusion that we call it like matrix or this 3D, that we created a false life for ourselves and going like hypnotic, like a robot to go through daily life, and we created a false image of our own being living in this planet. So in short, if you can just let us know the importance of going through this transformation. Ayahuasca is one of them. There are so many others, but I would love to hear your opinion.
Okay. In my view, this plant has been there since, forever. That discovered probably 5,000-6,000 years ago in the tribal mode. Probably in those times, it was used more as a tribal thing, communal thing, mainly for healing, for gathering the community in the tribal mode, for bringing awareness to there, but in that level, tribal or that area. But now, these beautiful plants have come out of their environment. You name it. Iboga from Africa, as I said, peyote, Mexico, San Pedro, Peru, ayahuasca, and others. And what I can see is that mostly 10, 15 years ago, but now in these last 5 years, a boom has started, really a boom everywhere. Some of them are, things got in a good path, in a good way, well used. Some are not so well, putting people at risk when there is no knowledge behind the shaman or the curandero or healer. But at the end, what these plants bring is awareness. Awareness of consciousness. It really brings in a higher level of consciousness the sleeping consciousness that is in every human being. It is not that it doesn't exist, it is sleeping. So this plant is awakening this consciousness, which is huge. It's the same for everybody. Some can dive in more deep and raise it, some not so deep, but it doesn't matter. The matter is to awaken this consciousness as a global thing. The other thing I see is that the planet has been harmed, Mother Earth, in many, many ways. Subtraction, minerals, oil, gas, the sea, and in many, many ways. So the plants, we know now that they can see, they can feel, they can hear. So to me, it's a clear message that they all, in some way, got in a communal agreement, coming out to really allow humans to understand better that we have only this little beautiful planet where they live, the plants, and we have the same source. Everything comes from planet Earth, our shelter, stones, wood, our clothes, textiles from the animals, our food, everything, everything. So the plants. And they are really worried of where we are heading. So they know what they do, these plants. Of course they know the spirits. They bring this really dropping the veil from your eyes so you can see deeper, witnessing from outside, from the matrix. You can still live there, but aware, playing the game maybe. You cannot separate in the mountain. And for me, even though I know I will not see the change because of my age, but future generations will. Maybe not even my sons or my grandsons, maybe 2, 3, 4 generations more. So the only thing we can do is to trespass in my place, to trespass the knowledge, and to put awareness and consciousness seeds in young people, 18, 19, 20. They are the ones that have to face, and even not even then, but if they are aware and they get consciousness, they will trespass us from generation to generation. And that will preserve at least a little longer our beautiful lineage, humanity.
Right.
That
And
I can say.
we all, the ones that they know the process, we all do whatever we can do, one step at a time. So not to hold you very long. I know you are a busy person, transforming the world and the planet. I have one more question, and
Okay.
that's music is always the part of the ceremony, and
Yes.
I understand the vibration, the frequency, and all that. If you would add a little bit more about the music, and if you have anything for us to play, that would be the end of the conversation. That would be awesome.
Okay. What brings healing in the ceremonies and guides you in the ceremonies is the power of the singing of the shaman. The bewa in Shipibo, mariri, the power of the plants. So each shaman has his own icaros. Some are trespassed by his masters or lineages, 2, 3 generations. They are empowered already, and sometimes a new disciple or student grabs it and it's empowered, and they put on top of it their own power bit by bit. So the icaros are songs that some of them, as I said, are trespassed. Some of them I put inside you. I will put an icaro inside you for healing or for protection. But most of them, when you walk the path, are downloaded. You are, in my case, I'm always connected to the plant, even without drinking. Always, in the morning, in the night, when I have something to sort out, I ask the spirit of the mother at dawn. I pray to the mother, I sing, and suddenly maybe I'm driving in the car or I'm in, I don't know, waking up in the morning. Many times I wake up at 5 singing without knowing. I'm sleeping and then I wake up and I have to record because otherwise they go away very quickly. Then you start to empower them, and mainly the more powerful ones are the ones that come in ceremony. When I go in ceremony, I have no idea what I will sing. No idea. Some Icaros, of course, are there, known, but I forget everything. I sit in front of the mother, I open my heart before serving the medicine, and then a tune comes, just a tune. I can give it a try now, like no, 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 I never sung this. It just comes, and the tones are there naturally. And then in ceremony, when you open, these tones are not loaded because I am in the realm. Sometimes a maestra comes and I ask her, please, can you sing for me? And then they sing and I sing the same tone and the words come because I do not sing for the participants. I sing for the other realm, for the mother, for the plants, calling the spirits, calling the animals. Sometimes you have to sing for a specific participant, especially in the arcana, bringing the spirits to protect. But mostly I sing for the whole room to bring them to the other realm, calling the spirits. So that is a mestizo Icaro. There are also Shipibo Icaros, powerful ones, spoken in Shipibo. And before no used instruments were used, only the Chaka, the leaves from the Amazon, which are very, very powerful sound, gathering together the rain, the wind, the leaves in this sound, creating the environment for the mother to come because it's like the environment of the Amazon. Now some instruments are coming in, like the flute. The rados are very old, sometimes the drum, shamanic instruments, all of them very, very old in many cultures. Also the charango, which is a little guitar, very small from the Andes, which is one of my favorites. And each instrument has a different vibration in a different timing during the process. If you don't know this, the main thing of the shaman is to read the vibration when we are old. And then the right Icaro will come. If the ceremony maybe is too high level, very dense, you have to lower it. Sometimes it's really, really low, nothing's happening. You have to raise it. So it's like an orchestra, that you are part, you are there, feeling everything. So I will finish with a beautiful, this is also the other thing, medicine music, they call it, I call it music for the heart, but also the music can heal. In a different way. This is more for healing the heart, putting the heart at ease, at bliss. And there are very, very also words for the mother, for healing the body, for healing the spirits. So
for the healing of the planets.
Yes.
I can rather this.
For my friend Arthur. rica, madrecita yari. De cuquita y aguacita, madrecita yari. Sabor de zapaguito, medicina del sabor de zapaguito, medicina del Cuando bebo tu chunguito, tú me enseñas a cantar. Cuando bebo tu chunguito, tú me enseñas a volar. La cura, curandera, limpia, limpia, yari. La curandera, limpia, limpia, yari. Danza, danza, sirenita, danza, danza, yari. Danza, danza, sirenita, danza, danza, yari. Cantando las visiones, cantando, yari. Cantando las visiones, cantando, yari. You and for all your friends that follow you.
Thank you so much for your wisdom, for your fun, for all the conversation. Hopefully we can bring that healing to the planet and every individual. I appreciate that.
Thank you for your opening, for supporting the work I humbly do at my age, getting a little bit tired. I think I'm on my way out, but the mother is the boss. So I just follow up and feel free to contact me on my Facebook page, Gino, Chaka, Runa. Web page is being built up closely in the future, that all these songs will be there to be heard, because this is very important for integration, also going back to the Icaros to listen, and it will bring you back to the feeling. And I always do twice a year wake ups, because I have a hard project called Wake Up Human, and under that umbrella I bring the Wake Up Europe, the Wake Up America, including US, Mexico, Costa Rica, etc., the Wake Up Asia, Wake Up Oceania. So this year is been really a lot of work, beautiful healing. And next week, I will start in Europe, but then immediately I go back to Peru, because I also hold dietas in Peru, only 4 dietas in a year. Mainly I work abroad already for 5 years. I think that more than 4,000 people have come in 5 years to my retreats. It will be posted where I will be during the 2020. So feel free to ask any questions. Thank you so much, Noushin. I hug you, light and love in your path.
Thank you so much. Yes, and I put all the information for the people that would love to connect with you. Thanks again.
Thank you. My blessings. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And Happy New Year for everybody.
Oh yes, happy 2020. Great vision for our planet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.